In this episode, your ceremonial wedding, cost and fees. Hi there, bridal couples to be.
Welcome to How to Get Married in Holland.
The ultimate wedding podcast of and about the Netherlands.
We, wedding ceremony experts, a.k.a. celebrants Daphne and Jasperin, share all ins and outs of getting married in our flat and fabulous country.
Enjoy listening.
Okay, so to our listeners, if you decide for a ceremonial wedding, what are the costs and the fees involved? Because it's different than when you opt for a civil wedding. So Daphne, I would say shoot.
Yeah, shoot. Well, let's compare it with a civil wedding, shall we? So when you opt for a civil wedding, that is an official wedding, in a legal wedding in the Netherlands, the municipality says that, well, you're getting married in our house. So,
The town hall, for example.
the town hall, indeed, with one of the officiants from the municipality.
Yeah.
And that's all within the costs of the municipality.
Okay.
But if you don't like to get married in the town hall,
Or another location which belongs to the municipality.
to the municipality, because you have that castle in mind, or that very industrial modern venue, or whatever is to your liking.
Yeah.
Well, then you also have the cost of renting or reserving your own venue, of course. And that's really the same for a civil wedding and a ceremonial wedding. So the choices you make are different from the venue and the officiant provided by the municipality. That's something you have to account for in your own budget.
Okay. So when you choose a location of your own by your choice, then you just have to make a reservation, you have to book it, and you have to pay for it.
Yeah. And the same is for your officiant. So if you decide not to go along with the officiant provided by the municipality, but you do want to select your own wedding officiant, he or she has their own fee, which is not included in the costs of the municipality, because your own wedding officiant is an independent officiant.
Okay.
And that fee, that differs, right?
Yeah, that's true. But if you have a ceremonial wedding, then you also have to book the location, and you also book a ceremonial speaker. And those costs, of course, are costs that you have to pay for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's your own choice. And
So,
of course, you can make it as expensive if you would like. Also depends on how important you think the venue and your ceremony is. If you a venue doesn't have to be expensive. You can get married in your own backyard, for example.
Yes.
Or you can have that big castle with a restaurant with very high level grade of food. Yeah, it really depends on your preferences, really.
Yes. But if I understand it correctly, if I may resume, if you have a wedding, an official wedding by the municipality, and you decide to do that on a location which is not an appointed wedding location, you have to, first of all, pay the municipality for the costs of getting married in a legitimate way. Then you have to pay the costs of the wedding venue. And if on top of that you decide not to make use of the municipality's wedding officiant, you book your own, you also have to pay for the own wedding officiant.
Yeah, that's correct.
And maybe even for that wedding officiant to be appointed. And if you have a ceremonial wedding, then you don't pay any of the fees that are linked to the municipality because you have a non-legitimate wedding. It's a ceremony of the heart. And then you just pay for the location, everything that is related to that, and for your ceremonial speaker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Because, it's like a private party, really. Mm-hmm. It's a celebration of your love. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's nothing to do with any legalities. Mm-hmm. So, there's nothing to be paid to the municipality.
So a ceremonial wedding is not official and it will be cheaper.
Yeah.
In terms of, because you don't have to pay the municipality the fees.
Yeah. You have one costs object less, really.
Yes.
Into your budget. So that frees some budget. And most of the times, couples use it to hire their own wedding officiant. Or you can opt for a week longer for your honeymoon, or 20 extra guests, or an extra diamond in your wedding ring.
It frees up to your liking.
It does.
I think that sums it up. That makes it very clear.
Yeah. And I once got a question, what does a venue cost? What does a wedding officiant cost? And I don't know how about you, but it's a very difficult question, right? It's to be compared with the question, what does a car cost?
Yeah.
The
costs can really, it can be low depending on your budget, and it can be as high as you want them to be.
Yeah.
You can make it as, over the top as you want it to be. It all depends on your budget, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. And venue-wise, the volume, of course. Do you need a big venue or a large amount of guests? Most of the time it's more expensive, of course, than a smaller venue. However, you do have very intimate ceremony rooms on very high-scale hotels in Amsterdam, for example, which could be rather expensive. So it varies.
It always has to do with the choice that you make.
Yeah. And the same is for officiants, right?
Yeah.
Their fees also
differ
very, very much. Yeah. So I think that's a tip from us to you, dear listeners. Do compare, but also do inquire what is included within that fee. So travel costs, for example, or maybe extra costs for another language, or
or an extra item within the ceremony, like a ritual that can always change the costs. Okay. Yeah. I think we've discussed this topic sufficiently then now. I think it's very clear difference between the costs of a ceremonial and a legitimate wedding, and that really it's all up to you what you want to spend on it.
Yeah. What do you think is important on your wedding?
Okay.
Yeah. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to How to Get Married in Holland.
We look forward to share more about organizing your wedding day in the Netherlands in the next episode.
Hit the subscribe button so you won't miss anything.
Any questions in the meantime?
Please ask wedding celebrants Daphne or Jasperin. You can find us, plus the show notes, on Instagram.
And if you love this podcast, please leave a review.
It gives us a higher ranking, so more fun international couples with Dutch wedding plans will be able to find us.
Until next time.